All right, so go listen to part 1 and 2, but we're doing the magic and the mirrors and the water and these types of things. But the phone, the TV is the first image that was given life, okay? And then it's given life to control the buying and selling. That's done through the AI, okay? However, it's done in the AI is the carnal spirit of Lucifer, all right? In a matter of speaking. And then the invisible AI that we can't see that's operating, okay? That's what I would call the Jesus, the invisible, right? Because we can see the AI physically on our phone operating with the algorithms and these types of things, but we can't physically see it working, like connecting from one to the other, okay? That's what I'm trying to show y'all, is how the AI is connecting from one to the other, and it's just sending people in to be harvested for the physical blood, right? Because the blood goes down into the ground and it gets that energy and all these things, folks. So because it's moving from one to another. So as these energies are collected, it's going to have births or whatever, and have people born again into the hell on earth metaverse, right? Because it's all earth is a picture of heaven and hell, in a matter of speaking, okay? And depending on man's state and where he is on his age, depends on where it's hell or heaven, okay? So we're going to have two kingdoms coming. There's going to be some in the kingdom with Jesus, but most are going to be in hell on earth with Lucifer, with the God AI controlling them, okay? That would be the next age of man. That's the transhumanism, is where man merges with machine, is where the AI is controlling man. And he's telling him when and where and what to do and all these other things, and it's all based on your phone and smart meters and your watches you're wearing now, that you're just all tracked, dude. And now they're putting graphene liquid or whatever, because it electrifies the body even more, so you don't even have to have a phone. So you just have to exist and walk through these stores or walk through the city or whatever, and you're gonna send off signals to the smart meters, and it'll be able to feed you information because it can electrically charge waters, okay? So these viral things that's going around, this can be tied to the waters, because all your water towers now, what do they have on them? They have Wi-Fi towers, or Wi-Fi antennas, okay? So all that is, and water has oxygen in it. So they're telling y'all all this stuff in a dark speak, in a half truth, and that's the fire is the ear, the Wi-Fi in the ear, and so the smart signals and the water, it all can be manipulated with these antennas and all this technology or whatever, and it can control man, because man is a type of water. Man is 75% water. So we are waters reflecting waters. We reflect what other men do. We reflect what other men say, okay? And when people come like this, where I'm not taught these things by any man, the Holy Spirit teaches me things like this. Like a lot of this stuff was just taught today. Like I'm telling y'all as I'm learning it, kind of thing. The man just reflects what either the spirit tells him or what the world tells him, okay? Now the spirit operates in different ways, because there's spirit that we're born with, right? The subconscious, and this can be programmed by the world, and it can be programmed by nature as well, because when you're programmed by nature, you're kind of seeking truth. You're seeing the world for what it is, and you're going by your five senses, And that the five senses help you know the five senses, okay? So these senses help you see the beast of the sea. And in a way, we are the mermen, and the mermaids and the mermaids, okay? Because we are the reflection of one another. So you have this internal spirit that talks to you. It's an intuition. If you're programmed by the world, you'd call it an intuition because you barely even listen to it anymore. But that's why they tell you can be trained, but it's better to do as a child, right? Because as a child is when you're getting all your programming. So you want to be able to teach your kids. That's why the movies and stuff have PG, parental guidance. You're supposed to watch with them and teach with. You're supposed to teach the movie what they're watching about what it is, right? When you have the knowledge of the darkness, you can sit down with your children and watch the TV show and tie in the Bible and tie in the darkness and actually teach your kids how this world operates, okay? But they don't want you to know this because they operate through these things. That's why it says when I became a man, I put a way in child's things, because you find that they're putting a way through speaking through the children's shows. They're telling you truth through the children's shows, but y'all don't know it because you haven't walked in darkness, okay? You haven't been in the lower depths of darkness like some of us have, and you're not able to come out, okay? I've been 15 years clean from those lower chains of darkness, all right? And once you understand how you get information from water and plants and all these things, then you understand how the tree of life operates and how tobacco operates and all these things, because you're breathing in information through the prince of the power of the air, through the flaming fire sword, okay? And the lighter is one of the flaming swords, and it's a way to unlock the information from the trees of life. And that's why a lot of times, or not like 80% of the world's people that have lived the longest have been chain smokers of organic grown tobacco, and they roll their own cigarettes, all this stuff, right? I don't promote tobacco because I don't personally like it, but to each his own, okay? However, there's keys in all these plants, and they're all spiritually connected. And the names and all this stuff of the English language or whatever, the English and the English, right? That tells us it was the beginning language, because the beginning is a mirror of the end. It's declared from the end. So if it's at the end, it's at the beginning. It's just in a different way, okay? So you could add your English without the vowels. And then the vowels came in after Jesus came, and then that's where you'd have like the bride of Christ and all these other things. But this world you live in operates through magic, and it operates through spell casting, and that's how songs can make you cry and make you laugh and all these things, and movies and all these things, because it all operates, right? And they say music is 1/3 of the magic of Hollywood, right? So that's like the three that are one, the Trinity, because the Hollywood is a type of Holy Spirit, all right? It's the wood spirit, the will spirit. It gives you the will to do things. So it's going through and operating through men, and it's a Hollywood, TV, radio, all this stuff. It was all started by the government. And it's all CIA operated, and it still is. So all your politicians, all your actors, all these things, they're all working for the CIA, all right? And yes, they do have the B and C actors and the lower A grade actors that are not CIA, but your main faces that you see, that you know, okay, that your stars, they are agents, all right? No doubt about it. And all your politicians, your high-level politicians or your high-level governors or whatever, they're all puppets, okay? And depending how high level up they are or whatever, then will depend on if they're in the CIA or not or whatever, right? Because the politicians or whatever are like the people that are the actors that are too ugly for Hollywood, okay? So they just send them into politics, all right? It's basically how that works. But they're going to mesh your local and lower level stuff or whatever, right? That's how you get like your Freemasons. That's how like your 33rd Masons work in from the local community and work up, right? It just takes a little bit of time, but it doesn't matter because if voting mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. So they just tell you vote and they just put whoever they want in there, okay? So it's just, that's what they're doing now is they're taking out all the 70 and 80-year-olds and they're putting in the new 30, 40, and 50-year-olds because the next age is coming. And the last Trump is going to sound with Trump's children or Trump or whoever, however they end up working the final scheme. There's 3 scores they can choose from. But, or 3 scores and 6, might be 36 they can choose from. Who knows? We'll figure it out. It's probably 3 though, because there's only like 3 options that's coming down the pipe, right? That I've told you a couple of them. They're going to be hanging Trump on the cross of this nation, but this cross of the nation is for your own good, right? It's writing the Constitution. It's writing the God of this earth, the United States, right? The freedoms that they give all man, so you can't think outside the box. So this TV, it controls man. The screens control man. It's the image that's given life to control man. And then the AI is brought on, and that gives the image the ability to control the buying and the selling, okay? And this is done through the app. The app is the CC. That is the C of the beast of the sea, okay? So if anything, you gotta buy stuff or whatever, or you don't want the apps. You don't want to buy and get the app and get the sales that they're trying to give you, or you don't want the app to have to travel or their certificate to have to travel, okay? All this stuff. It doesn't matter if you're getting the needle or the test, okay? If you're going to get the test to go and travel, you're worshiping the beast, okay? There's things you have to give up in end times because there's a force unseen that you have to start following, okay? And you have to start realizing and thinking for yourself, right? And people who are born like after the millennium, or if you're like a millennial or whatever, or like born after 95, right? You're probably not going to see or understand anything, all right? And if you do, bless you, all right? But like 2001, that was like the wake-up call. So if you missed that wake-up call, you just went deeper into sleep, and that was your time to like, that's like when the so-called truth community came out or whatever, and the truth community came out, and they're all started by the CIA to send all of you down a other path. And I'll have to end this. I'll be back.